couple of years ago, I had a family I was working with who completely abandoned their Roth conversion plan, even though it made no financial or mathematical sense for them to abandon this plan. Psychologically, they just had to. And by the way, it was my fault. And I'll explain what did I not prepare them for, what could I have done better, and then we'll also mix in a little discussion on asset location, not asset allocation. So let's jump into how Roth conversions can be tough, not just mathematically, but psychologically. So you just retired and you have about $1 million net worth, you have a pension, you have Social Security, you're in really good shape, and we get your investments figured out, and now it's time to do some tax planning because most of their money was in a pre-tax IRA, maybe 401k, not sure. Don't remember that detail, but most of it is in pre-tax, so traditional accounts. And I'm talking about the benefits of Roth conversions, and this truly was a slam dunk because they were very frugal clients. They spent less than $100,000 a year. They were going to live off their pension and Social Security and really not have to touch these IRAs at all. And on top of that, they had kids, grandkids that they wanted to leave a legacy to, and so they were going to be able to do conversions inside of the 12% bracket to avoid that 22% bracket down the road without causing more of their Social Security to be taxable. This is like golden, perfect Roth conversion scenario. So I spent a meeting going over the benefits because I did have to convince them that it made sense. So I showed them, hey, we're going to convert this amount and we're going to do that every single year between now and age 72 when you hit RMD age. This is how much in taxes it's going to cost you, and this is how much it's going to save over your lifetime. And they were on board, excited about it. So we went ahead and we did that first Roth conversion. Now, when we talked about the conversion, I talked a little bit about asset location. And usually when you do a Roth conversion, you want to hold your highest growth potential investments in the Roth because usually, not all the time, okay, but in general, you are going to touch your Roth last because you want to allow it to grow tax-free for the most amount of time. So when we did this little conversion, we converted 100% stocks, okay? So their new Roth is 100% stocks. Meanwhile, their big pre-tax IRA, their taxable account, it's diversified. And there's a little bit more tax location things to think about. For instance, in a taxable account, you may not want to own many bonds because bond interest is ordinary income as opposed to, say, dividends, which is taxed at capital gains rates. So you might want to own bonds inside of your pre-tax IRA. So it's another example of tax location and just trying to be efficient there. But for these clients, we were trying to be efficient. We converted 100% stocks in that new Roth. Now, all of this was happening in 2021. What happened in 2022? Well, this new Roth that we had just converted, 100% stocks, well, guess what? It went down 20 to 25% in the first 6 months. And so their new Roth is quite a bit smaller. And they're obviously not super happy that they did this conversion, paid the tax, and now they have 20 to 25% less on top of the taxes that they paid. And now in 2022, while we're talking about doing step 2, this next conversion, they are spooked and they don't want to do another conversion because in their head, they have now connected, oh, Roth conversion, we lose a lot of money when we do a Roth conversion. So the next couple of meetings with them, I would spend at least a little bit of time talking to them why we needed to continue to do these Roth conversions. And hey, 2022, this is the perfect time to do a conversion. You know, all the math I could throw at them to show them why it made sense didn't get there. They said, no, Roth conversions aren't for us. we're good. We'll handle the required distributions. And I just felt super defeated because the thing I did not do a good enough job of explaining was that, hey, because we are converting assets that have a higher return expectation over the long term, they're going to be more volatile. So it's possible that at some point you will see this Roth balance drop quite a bit more than the rest of your diversified traditional balance. So I didn't prep them for that. So now in their head, they connect Roth IRA, Roth conversion with risky stuff that only goes down. And they knew that logically that wasn't accurate, but still they couldn't get over that hurdle to do a Roth conversion in 2022, which would have been a perfect time to do it. I just feel really bad that I didn't do a good enough job of explaining that. But that doesn't mean the recommendation was bad. It just meant that my communication to them back in 2021 wasn't quite where it needed to be, and it actually helped me communicate a little bit better on tax planning and Roth conversions in 2022 and 2023. So just want you to be aware of that risk when you first start doing Roth conversions. It might not feel good to see extra tax dollars go out the door and see your balance drop if market timing happens to be unlucky. And if you stick to your Roth conversion plan, much like dollar cost averaging into the market over time, your conversion plan can actually benefit from those down years. I spend most of my time on this channel talking about the mathematical reasons and logic behind tax planning. Thought this one was interesting because it really had nothing to do with math, and it was just purely behavioral and psychological, which honestly makes up the bulk of retirement planning. Now, if you enjoyed this, do me a favor, give it a like, and if you're interested in tax planning and retirement planning in general, subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.